So good afternoon all. So in that, I welcome you all in the one-day workshop on startup and innovation for beginners. So this program is organized by Department of ECE, CMR College of Engineering and Technology, as a part of IIC, that is Institutions Innovation Council, institute-driven activities as directed by Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, Government of India. Now I kindly request our HOD sir to give the welcome address.
I would like to welcome all dignitaries, resource person Dr. N. Chintaya Garu, EC faculty member, and all my dear students present in the one-day workshop, that is Startup and Innovation for Beginners. Before we start our program, I would like to thank our respected Secretary Sir and Honorable Principal, the Major Dr. V. Narayan Garu, for giving us the opportunity for conducting such events in our department as a part of IIC, that is Institution Innovation Council, institute-driven activities directed by Ministry of Education Innovation Council, Government of India. I wholeheartedly thank Dr. M. Chintaya Garu for sharing his valuable knowledge in delivering an expert talk in our department. I hope the session will be fruitful to our faculty as well as students in understanding the process of converting an idea into innovation and startup. So with this, I hand over to Dr. Muhli Islam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, HOD sir, for your speech.
Sir.
Now I kindly request Head CIE Madam, Dr. P. Premalata Madam, to highlight the importance and activities being carried out by IIC and our college CIE Center.
So a very good afternoon to all. Today's resource person, Dr. N. Chintaya sir, and HOD sir, Dean sir, and all other faculty members and students. I welcome you all for this one-day workshop on startup and innovation for beginners. So as sir has mentioned already, ours is the IIC institution. Institute Innovation Council is there in our institute also. So MOE, that's the Ministry of Education, has started IIC. The main motto or the main objectives of this IIC institutions is to create a vibrant local ecosystem and to promote entrepreneurs as well as the startups in the CMRCET. So we are conducting various programs on entrepreneurship skills, startups, research methodologies, various activities the CIE is conducting. So I request all the faculty and students, please make use of this opportunity. So if you have any idea from CIE, we will in a fruitful manner. How can we made it as a model also? From CIE side, we'll extend our help. So I request all the students, particularly students, please make use of this opportunity. The various programs in series of programs we are going to conduct, please make use of this opportunity. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Premalata Madam, for your speech and motivation to students. Now I kindly request our Dean Academics sir to address the gathering.
A very good afternoon to all. Respected Secretary and Principal in absentia, and the HOD, Professor Purnachandra Rao, and the head for CAE, Premalata, and the coordinator, Dr. Muhli Islam, and today's the speaker, Dr. N. Chintaya, and faculty members and students. I think you are aware of the activities being done by our CAE under the umbrella of this IIC. I think these activities are going to empower both the faculty members of the department and as well as students. So in this context, I really am proud of the department as well as the CE for conducting all the very bright ideas for the welfare of faculty and students. And thank you all. And over to Dr. Moil Islam.
Thank you, sir, for your speech. Now I would like to introduce our today's resource person. Dr. N. Chintaya sir is currently working as an assistant professor in our Department of EC at CMR College of Engineering and Technology since December 2021. Sir has received his PhD degree in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, on power optimization and implementation of transition reduction data encoding scheme for VLSI interconnects. He has more than 9 years of experience in academics in different engineering colleges. He has also been awarded as UGC NET Fellowship in the year 2014. His area of research and development work include VLSI system design, low power VLSI, and RFIC design. He has served as a resource person in a number of FDPs and workshops and lecture notes, lecture talks on SB University and and in different private engineering colleges. He has published more than 5 Scopus Index journals and 10 reputed international conferences on low power VLSI in different reputed publishers like IEEE, Elsevier, Springer. Now I kindly request Dr. N. Chintaya sir to start the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
My screen is visible, sir?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Good afternoon to all, respected dignitaries and my dear students. Welcome to all. The session is on the startups and innovation for the beginners. So startups are the business that want to disturb the industries and change the world and do it all the scales. Startup founders dream of giving society something it needs but has not created yet. That is the definition for the startup, and generating IPOP valuation that leads to an initial public offerings IPOs. So before it is startup and it is depending upon the popularity, it is moving to an IPO, and some investments are there. So today's objective is this workshop objective is to study the nurturing of innovation entrepreneurship among the students of engineering colleges in India. It also discussed the methodology used for different countries to develop the culture concerning life skills required the same. Medical education system is compared to with our existing engineering education in terms of inclination towards the innovation and entrepreneurship. Different strategies are suggested to develop culture among the aspirants. It is believed to synergy among all the stakeholders would bring change towards the innovation and entrepreneurship. So here this is the objective of the today's workshop, and this is the definition of the startup. Startup is an organization designed to search for an repeatable and scalable business models. Is given by the Steve Blank. Another definition is there. These two are the popular definitions. Being newly founded does not itself make it as company as a startup. The essential thing is the growth, nor it is necessary to start up to work on the technology, take venture funding, and have an exist. So these are the basic definitions of the startup. And why these are the questions while arises the startups is any startups. So understanding the startups. So understanding the startups means startup are the any companies founded to develop an unique product or service, being it is to market, make it irresistible and irreplaceable for the customer. So already some business are running, still some business are running. Suppose one restaurant is started, somewhere place same restaurant is started. That is not a startup. So multiple things are going on at the same place. That is not a startup. Startup means startup means to develop a unique product or service, bring it to the market that make it irresistible and irreplaceable for the customers. So, rooted to innovation, a startup aims to remedy deficiencies of existing products to create entirely new categories of goods and service, disrupting the enriched way of thinking and doing the business for the entire industries. That's why many startups know within their respective industries as disruptors. You may be most of the familiar with the startup in the big tree. As you know, I don't know, one word is there, FAANG. FAANG. This is the stock of the different companies. So popular companies. F for Facebook, A for Amazon, A for another A for Apple, N for Netflix, G for Google. And the startup companies that are the famous companies. Coming to the startup companies, popular startup companies in the world, we work. And next coming to the Peloton. So next one is the Beyond Meat are the these are the startups. FANG are the that are the entrepreneur companies. So the next one, how does a startup work? So on a high level, startup work like another company. Just like a startup is nothing but a company. A group of employees work together to create product that customers will buy. So that is the normal. As usually, when you go for the any company, startup is nothing but a company. But here the what distinguishes startup from the other business, though it is the way of startup goes about doing that. Regular companies duplicate that what we done before. A prospective restaurant owner may franchise existing restaurant. That is, they work for existing template, how business should go. Here, startup aim to create an entire new template in the for example, in a food industry. That may mean offering meal like Blue Apron or Dinnerly to provide the same thing as a restaurant, a meal prepared by chef, but with convenience and choice that sit down the places and cannot matches. So as we see nowadays, the startup companies, food delivery apps. So that when we move to the restaurant, having the food, that is a different field. When we are taking the startups, means the preparation of a food is same, but where they are taking the food, the place is different. That is the startup and actual company. So the third question, startup aim for speed and growth. So most of the people there, when we look for the any newspaper, every day we are seeing the we are starting the startup. So why startups are popular means they are speed and growth. So another key factor distinguishes startup from the other companies, speed and growth. Startup aim to build an ideas very quickly. They often do this through the process of called iteration, in which they continuously improve the product through feedback and usage data. Often, many times, oftentimes a startup will begin with a basic skeleton of the product like MVP, minimal variable product, but that it will test and revise until it's ready to go to the market. So here, while they are enhancing their product, startups are also generally looking to rapidly expand their customer bases, and this helps them establish increasingly larger market share, which in turn lets them rise to more money that then lets to grow this product audience even more. So the fourth question: how are startup funded? So how are the startup funded? So most of the people they're having the different thoughts will start the startup. So these are the requirements. But the major problem is the funding. So how to start the startup? Where you got the funding the startup? The first startup funding is the bootstrap. The bootstrap means money from the relatives, money from the friends. These are the investors for the first starting startup. Another that comes in the seed funding. So that is called the angel investors and high net worth investors who invest early in the stage companies. The next are the like ABC companies, funding agents are there. So it's when it's growing, different companies come forward giving the funding to the startups. So next, when finally it is moved to the public company, we'll go for the IPO and like a special purpose acquisition company, SPAC, like this way. Next, how to do startup success. So how to do startup succeed? Well, the first is the will coming into the startup success. We have the different questions will arises. So basically, they are the this idea is workouts or not. When we are in that domain or not, and this is useful to market or not. So is the correct time to go to the market or not? So different strategies, different questions will arises. So at the time, so all in execution. So just if you have any idea, so it does not start. Just that is only one step of the startup. So when it move to the market, that is the final step of the market, final step of the startup. Means in this case, we have to have the different steps are there. So we have to succeed these all things, move to the market. Then only it moves to the market. Otherwise, your idea should only idea. So now in the startups, 90% of the startups are failures. So they don't have the different strategies like go to the market. It is not time. They will put the efforts to correct time. Lack of the funding, lack of the advertisements, lack of the so different strategies are there. So only 10% startups are succeed up to now. So what are the resources for the startup? So for the startup, different tools, different resources are there. The first and most thing is the ideas. So to start the any company, so idea is the basic one. Next one is the marketing. So we'll go for the marketing, selecting tools to help the develop the perfect perfect market plans. Next one is the tips. Look for the tips, advisors growing startup. Next, incubators and move to the accelerator. Looking for some seed capital mentoring like to boost the growth. Next one is the business planning. So we have to let's plan for the tools and which is the right time, which is the correct time to launch this product. So the next one is the successful startups. We have to study about the some successful startup, what time they are started, what is the way they are going, what is their planning. These need you have to study these all things. Next one, finance. So find some finance resources to build any startup. Next one is to build the perfect platform for this one, like a website. This all to be needed for the resources of the any startups. So generally, the people they are think about what is the difference between the startup and businesses. So here I listed some of the differences between the businesses and startups. Coming to the startup, it's a risky process. So once you go for the business, that is the permanently established means. So they have some locations, they have some infrastructure. These all things will be needed. For startup, these are not needed here. So business model, they need some financial. So means so they will collect some money and they will put the crores of the money. But the startup, that much of the money is not needed. But a little bit money is needed to start the anything else. So coming to the business, that is the long-term potential. So the starting will get the very less amount. After go for it got the more money. Coming to the startup is not related to the money. The first, it is related to the needy. The startup is, this is the important thing, the startup is first related to the needy. So when the people, what we need, what we expecting from the technology, so we will technology is converted into regarding the startup. So these are the different types of the differences between the small business and startups. And coming to the in India, startup innovation in engineering education in India. So coming into the India, technical education is foundation of the technology development In earlier days, technical education is in the country has prepared to student primarily for the employment. So olden days, they are looking for the only employment. So a wide our spectrum quality exists in India, starting from those that meet the international standards to those are not acceptable for any benchmark. Engineering must create employment instead of becoming the employment seekers. Engineering and technology in the country have to be driven by competent engineers and scientists. The starting the starting point has to be quality of the product. Engineering is an preferred discipline which covers the almost one-fourth of the total enrollment in higher education. The annual enrollment for engineering tripled during the courses of the here we have the huge setup engineering for technical education in the country. However, many of them below the level of standard education in the country. Academic excellence must be given to the top priority. Our educational standard must be improved to match the international benchmarks. So, like MTech, BTech, and coming into the MBA, MCA. So these all are comes under the AICTE recognition courses are comes under the technical education industries. These all are comes under the higher education under the higher education. So here let's coming into the so here the what are the forces acting on this one is the technology, modernization, and urbanization or exclusive demographic benefit are shaping the our future courses of the country and paving the way to extraordinary development. However, as we move on the route to the development and growth, we also needed to watchful the creating a society that including in equitable. India has a huge reservoir of unmet needs to critical areas such as health, education, agriculture, energy, which is the despite to a large selection of our population, hopeful to opportunities that would enhance in future. So these are the resources are there in India. We are the people are there and resources are there. We have to convert the our resources into the technology. Our people, what we studied here for studying, people are education is converted into money. Like this way, what about the technology? These all are converted into money. So how they are converted into money means simple. The thoughts are transforming into the thoughts are by applying the nowadays most of the people they are looking for the they are studying they are acquiring the new technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science and VLSI technology, embedded IoT. Different technologies are existed here. In this case, we have to develop our knowledge technology into the our ideas into technology. Then it moved to the startup. So this is the way you have to think about the here the most of the India already most of the days we are listening the word India having the most of the youngsters are there means. So we have the lot of resources are there, manpower is there, technology is there. We have to then convert it into one form to another form. That is the nowadays most of people looking for the any needy people are there means. So some as a engineering people we need some as a coming to the as a farmers their needs are there, as a scientist their needs are there. So each and everyone coming the technology developments their needs are fulfilled, still the needs are coming. So we have to fulfill the needs by starting of the startups and innovation thoughts. Coming to the basically two things are existed to start the startup. The first one is generation of the idea. It plays the very major and important role. Second one is that converted into business. So generation of idea that converted into business. So these are the two major steps. Coming to the entrepreneurship pyramid, here the coming to the entrepreneurship pyramid, four levels are there: level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4 are there. And coming to the level 1, agriculture and other activities means crop production, plantation, forestry, livestock, fishing, mining, and quarrying. These are comes under these are the basic levels for the entrepreneurship. Next one is the trading services, wholesale, retail, trades, and hotel, restaurants. So these are the second levels. The next one is the level 3 comes under level 3, old economy, economy and traditional sectors. and means so manufacturing, electricity, gas, water supply. What the people need is these are all things under the level 3 and level 4. The level 4 and most important is the IT industry. So finance, IT industry, insurances, and business models, services, construction, community. So these are all comes under the some luxury levels. So these are the different entrepreneur pyramids. Here what happened, people, every level of the people, they needs still, some people, some needs is completed, but still they need new things each and every level. So by using the startup, we can fulfill the needs of the different levels of the people. So here the level 2, level 3 of the pyramidal traditional areas of the entrepreneurship. Level 4 is the other hand is an emerging and modern sector of the entrepreneurship. And coming into the what we expecting, level 3, level 4 are basic level, they are coming from the level 1 and level 4 only. So this is about the entrepreneurship pyramid. So let's coming into the, for the startup, what from the government side, what is going on and what they are providing the resources, that all will be seen here. So here our respected Prime Minister, he given the one slogan, uh, I see startup technology and innovation as existing and effective instruments for the transformation of the India. So from 2016 onwards, India will start up the basic startups. And so from the 14 onwards, we see the lot of changes, a lot of apps are there. So while we are using the our mobile, so each and every one, each and every app, each and every need of ours. So while clicking for food, while clicking the food, it gives the food, means that it will be served to our home. If any transport mechanism like a Uber, Ola, and so like this way, these are the food transport and whatever it is for home purpose, so luxury purpose, each and every one from 2014 onwards, these all are will be started. So coming to the India's new startup, what are the policies are there here? So the first, they are given the different policies are started by the government. It is started in the 2017. Different policies started in 2017, but it is modified in 2018. So here also modified. Then 2019, it is the standard. Some policies are made. So the first one is the tax exemption. Those who are start the startups, the government, they will give the tax exemption, income tax exemption from any 3 years over the initial 5 years. And next one is the mobile app registration. So entrepreneur can register startup through an app. So simplified exit strategy. Suppose you don't want to do anything, you can easily simplify. No need any. You have to pay money. You have to submit something XYZ. Not there yet. Simply you can shut down. So startup will legally wind up within the 90 days. Self-certification for 9 labors and environment laws through the startup mobile app. And next coming to the filing for patents, and subsidies up to 80% is given. So patent is the one of the important process, and while doing the patent, it requires some money also needed. So from that one, government will exempt it from the 80% of the money while doing the patent of your startup. And coming to the public sector procurements, government process and remove the prior experience to turnover depending upon their eligibility criteria. And then next for the funding support, and they will provide the, if the startup is well and good, it's running, it's growing, the government will provide up to 10 crores of the corpus through the funds for they will provide the funding, and they will provide the 5 crores credit guarantee proposed. And next one is the incubation and infrastructure development. So the government process the build and improvement innovation centers and incubators for house startups. So suggestion for the students and faculties. Here, let's say about the different suggestions they will provide the to develop the startups. It means when we are in the as of now we are students. You have in our college, it provide the some facilities are there. So as a faculty also there in this one, we college provides the some facilities also there. we have to utilize these facilities. It means to think, to grow your knowledge, and when, why, how to develop your knowledge, and how to is to improve your skills. These are things will be there here. So in the olden days, Gurukul system is there now. So the first one is the Gurukul system. So it is existed in the olden days. So engineering education should be fully residential for the students and teachers. So with this environment, students can utilize the facilities at all times. So in our college also, in campus hostels are there. So just like a Gurukul system means, so we are having the in-campus lot of resources are there in our college, advanced labs are there in our college, and library is there, and lot of thousands of books are there. So the labs and whatever the, just like a IIT, NITs. So in NIT, IITs, what happened? So inbuilt hostels are there, inbuilt libraries are there. Each and everything is there here. So just like our campus, I don't know other colleges. Our campus is like a Gurukul. It means a lot of resources are there. So library, software, advanced softwares are there, net facility is there. So we have the well and good infrastructure is there. We have to utilize the system. So that is the next one, laboratories and libraries. So as we mentioned, we have the good infrastructure of the laboratories and libraries. So we can utilize that one. The next one coming to the curriculum. So as we discussing about the curriculum, as the autonomous college. So in an autonomous college, we can include the syllabus subjects as per technology changes. I think already I seen our curriculum and 2018, 2020, 2022. All are the new subjects. It's the old subjects also there. According to technology changes, we are changing our curriculum, and we can add the new subjects also. We are having the some open electives and program electives. So these all are will be there. We have to utilize these subjects, and will develop your knowledge. And faculty empowerment. So faculty empowerment, here we are providing the some faculty development programs, and AICT is also provides the faculty development program in Atal FDP like programs. So you can utilize these resources and develop your knowledge according to technology changes. And next one is the student enrichments. So from the first year onwards, our SEER, one of the important department is there in our college, SEER department. Here, from the first year onwards, they will give the much knowledge about the student in environmental. Means, so when we are going outside and see the what is the situation, how problem existed, how to solve the problems, and from our department side, we are conducting the Internet of Things laboratory. So each and everything is there. We have to explore yourself and know about the what is going on. So how to develop the knowledge. These all are things will be there. And coming to the All India Technical Education, AICTE, and the Department of Technical Education. So each and every time they will give the some information regarding to technical education. What changes are there here? So what we need to change. According to they will change the what we need to change the curriculum. So they will provide the some important they will give the according to people needy changes. They will give the some new courses also there. Newly they are introduced the artificial intelligence, machine learning, cyber security. These are the courses are there. So according to that, we have to change your thoughts. Means so ACT introduce the new courses. It means what is going on outside, they will observe, and they will grab the information. They will give the information to the affiliated colleges. So these are the suggestions for the students and faculties. They are given from UGC and AICTE. So these are the famous startups which are used in the developed by the India. That is the Just-Dial. In the Just-Dial, if you want to know the any information, just 10 8s are there. Just you can type the Just-Dial and give the what you need it. So they will respond. They will give the information related to that one. And Make My Trip. So this is the famous one. You want to go anywhere, and they will provide the hotels, foods, location. That all will be there. And Paytm, that is related to the payment systems. Swiggy, that is the food delivery. Ola, Transport app, Zomato is also food delivery, Byju's learning apps. So these are the famous apps which are used to famous startups, recent famous startups which are used to developed by the Indian people. So here it gives the in 2021 they will give the January 16th is the startup day. January 16th, recently it is completed 20 days before. January 16th, National Startup Day is celebrated by the government of India. At the time, the Prime Minister, he gave the one, I congratulate all the startups and the innovative who are raising the flags of India in the world of startups. It has been decided to celebrate January 16th as National Startup Day, so that this culture of the startup gets as far as the flag a part of the country. So this is the message is given by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi for in the occasion and the National Startup Day celebrations. Here they are provided the one website also. Just I will open that one. Here the government of India, they will give the rules and regulations for the National Innovation Startup Policy 2019. Actually, it is started in 2017. After that, it is modified. That is the 2018. Now they are started in 2019. They will frame the new regulations. So when we start any startup, we have to follow these rules and regulations. So strategies of the government, startup enabling national institutes, nurturing innovations and startup, product ownership rights, technology development. So organization capital, human resources, creating innovation pipeline, pathway for entrepreneur at the institute level, norms for the faculty startups. So they're also given some rules regulation for faculty also. Pedagogy and learning, innovative entrepreneurship development, collaboration, co-creation, business relationship, knowledge exchange, entrepreneurial impact assessments. They are given the certain rules and regulation. When we start any startup, we have to go through this website. The name of the website is the vicaspedia.in. So vicaspedia.in. So this is the government hosted by this website, vicaspedia.in. Once you can go through this and utilize this, you can read this. So according to rules and regulation, we can go through it. So startup is needed each and every level of the technology, means agriculture level, education system level, mining level, healthcare level. So each and every level is needed. So as an engineering student, who just go through the go to the each and every stage people and research that one, you can find the what they are needed, what is the what they are expecting. So you can go through that, research that one, and you try to implement any new startup. So so this is about the from my side startup. If you have any doubt, please ask me.
So all the students are requested to type your queries in the chat window. For me, you may unmute also, you can speak.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. That is, in this present fast-growing, era, how can we identify the areas where the startup is really required, sir?
Yeah, very good question. Everybody having such a type of the question. So as I think you are third year student. You are a student. You are expecting something, means from the college, means a laboratory. Coming to if a laboratory point of view, education point of view, and your parents' point of view. So different needs are there. Each and everywhere different needs are there. You have to first find the needs. What are the needs? How to solve the needs? So like this way, uh, how to start the need and think about the needs and just write down the what are the needs are required, how to solve the solutions. Is there any technology related to solution for this one? Like this way, you can start that one. So every startup needs some research is required. Then only it cannot be solved. So as a third year student, different subjects are there. Different subjects are needed. We need only one app. All subjects are needed. So different 5 to 6 subjects are there. At that time, you can start the one app. So what are the subjects? You can start the first subject one. In the subject one, 5 units are there. Unit one, and this is the syllabus book and corresponding syllabus. You can frame that one. And if any laboratory equipments are there. So if any laboratory equipments in the different 3 to 4 labs, 2 to 3 labs are there. In the 3 to 3 to 2 labs, first number of conduction of experiment. Just you are writing the record now. So you can upload that record in the app. So that is also one startup. Like this way, you can find the different solutions for the different ways of solutions. So you can prepare the one type of the solution. Someone prepare the some type of solutions. Just like our foodie needs are there. Swiggy, Zomato are there. So different people, different starts, the different thoughts. But in the startup means don't copy the someone's need, someone's thought. Just we have to improve the previous existing one. If I prepare the one startup, still I cannot fulfill all the needs. We have to fulfill the some needs. So that is mean by the startup. Startup means don't put the existing one. We have to fulfill the needy of the people. As a student, you can think about the different what you needed, what people needed, what your parents needed, what faculty needed, what student needed. So think about that one. Like that way, you have to prepare the startup.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. So, like in our first year, we have been for community visits, sir, to identify problems in the society. Like that way, we need to think of the problems in the society, and we need to work on it to get an idea.
Yes,
That's yes, sir.
get an idea how technology is used uh, to to give the solution to them. According to technology, means nowadays most of the artificial machine learnings and data science, we have to improve. We have to incorporate these technologies into your startup. Then only it's success. Otherwise, most of the startups, I told that one, 90% of the startups are failure. Means they cannot do publicity and people. They cannot reach the people needs. So otherwise they will reach the people needs, but the technology is not incorporated in that one. So we have to put the advanced technology in that one. Then only it's success. Otherwise it cannot. I told starting 90% of the startups are failure. Only 10% is success.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any queries, please?
So any other queries, you may unmute yourself and you can talk, or you can type also. Sir, you may stop sharing now.
Yes.
If there is any other queries, please you unmute yourself and you can speak.
Sir, one more query, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, what is the difference between a startup and a business, sir? Means how
Yes,
they
yes, yes.
differ, sir?
Yes. Business means, suppose let's take the one restaurant. Suppose college is there. So different colleges are there. So engineering college and different colleges are there. In Hyderabad, around Hyderabad, nearly 100 colleges are there. Just like these are the business. This is called the business. One existing thing, some people they will put the somewhere else that will be established. So that is the business. Startup means you can provide the solution to the people needy. Engineering colleges, so many are there. So no need to put the one more college. So if you put the one more college, that is called business. So we can generate the other than engineering college for the people needs. That is called the startup. That is the basic difference. Any more?
Sir, but we keep business. I mean, we have some like this, like Facebook and Instagram. They help to connect people online, sir, social network.
Once upon a
So,
time,
but
these are the startups. Once
yes,
upon
sir.
a time, these are the startups. Now that will be converted into businesses.
Yes, sir.
Your thought is implemented into the at the first time it is the startup. Then it at the start, a startup means it's growing more. Don't expect the any money from the startup. Expect
Yes, sir.
the returns from the business. So just a thought is first, your thought first time is converted into business, that is called startup. Once it is success, it can be implemented in the somewhere like it can put the number of branches. That is called business. That is the basic difference between the startup and business. Business, it requires the lot of money is required. For the startup, it requires the only what it thought is important.
Yes, sir.
New thought is converted into business, that is called startup.
Yes, sir.
So if
Sir,
there
one
is
more
a,
doubt, sir.
yeah,
Tell me.
please.
Sir, suppose we assume if we have a startup and we need to promote it to the people, I mean, how can we do it, sir? I mean, how can people take it and it gets popular?
That is depends on people needing. Simply that is depends on people needing. So once upon a time, food delivery apps are not there, and hotel bookings apps are not there. Travel tourism is just like it's there. Now it becomes popular. You have to promote your app, promote your business. So these are the needy is there for the people. We are using this one. So depending upon the publicity of the, so depending on the people, those who need it, they can use it. It's definitely, so one people is satisfied with your business, so it moved to the, it becomes the popular. Other people will also use that one. Promotion is important one. Marketing is, that is important.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, right.
So if there is any other queries, you may ask. So
Wait,
it
sir.
was,
Recording option is not there for me.
no, yes, sir, it is recording is going on in Zoom background in my system locally.
Okay.
Yes. So, sir, it was a really very nice and informative presentation on startup and innovation. The session has developed an interest in this domain. We have learned about how to convert our knowledge and ideas into startup and business models. So at first, I would like to thank our respected Secretary, sir, and Honorable Principal, Major Dr. B. Narayana, sir, for his approval and support in conducting the event. I would like to express our sincerest gratitude to Dr. N. Chintaya, sir, for serving as a resource person in this for this session on startup and innovation. We are very much thankful to you, sir, for sharing your knowledge on how to convert and ideas and our technical knowledge into startup and business model. Now I would like to present a token of appreciation to you, sir, in the form of certificate. So I am sharing my screen now. So I hope my screen is visible. It is. So this certificate of appreciation we would like to present on behalf of EC department to you, sir. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And from my side, I would like to thanks to management of CMRCET College of Engineering and Technology and HOD EC, Professor E.N.V. Purnachandra sir, and Head of the CIE, Dr. B. Premalata Madam, and Dean of Academics, Dr. B. Lokesh Rao sir, and coordinator of this program, Dr. Mohil Islam sir. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. And thank you all, my dear students. Thank you very much.
So at last, I would like to thank our Dean Academics sir, HOD sir, CIE madam, and all the faculty members of VC department, and all my dear students for joining the session. And with this, I would like to conclude the session. So dear participants, now you may leave the session. So thank you all for attending the session. You may leave now.
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
For your support and delivering a very good lecture. Thank you very much, sir, from CIE.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
My sir, can I leave?
Yes, sir. We can leave now. I am ending the meeting now. Thank you all. I am ending the meeting now. We may leave.